I acquired today this Milwaukee battery. It's an XC5 amps red lithium. Pretty dirty, but overall the case isn't cracked. Looks like an original battery. I'm not sure if anybody is faking these things. So 5 amp hours means 2 rows of 5. Each battery being 2.5 amps, which is quite powerful. The person I bought it from said doesn't charge or is not charged or something like that. Anyway, I brought it home and I put a voltmeter on it, and the charge inside is 17.47. So anyway, almost 18 volts. These are 18 volts batteries. So I mean, when they're fully charged, they charge to 5 times 4.2. So that would be 21 volts. So this is give or take 3.5 volts lower than what it could be. Anyway, I'm gonna proceed and open it to see what the condition inside is. Hang tight. In order to open it, you need one of this secure star. It's like a star with a hole in the middle. The size of it is T10. 4 screws, and it's open. Now, I don't see any signs of water damage or anything. So it's in pretty good condition. I'm gonna take the battery pack out and try to measure each individual group of batteries and see where the problem may be. I forgot to mention that when I pull the screws out, it's obvious that the battery has been opened before, because the screws are normally touched with that little blue screw lock, and these were relatively loose, so maybe the person I bought it from tried to figure out what's what. Yeah, no signs of water damage. Sometimes the cause for problems for these things is water seeps in, and inside is just dust. I'm just gonna wash the case. Honestly, I bought the pack mainly for the case because I have a battery that I dropped and the battery cracked. So, but anyway, I'm gonna proceed with the measurements and see what I get. Okay, so I set the voltmeter on 20 volts, and this is the plus and that's the minus. So this one is 0.68, this two, which is not good. This one, 419, 419, 419, 419. So this 4 pairs are charged almost to the max. This one, on the other hand, 0.67. So I'm gonna try to charge this too with a separate charger and see if I can lift the charge to a reasonable level. 419 would be perfect. I don't want to cut them. Normally, in order to measure them properly, capacity, and figure out why they discharged, I would have to cut them out of the circuit and pull them out. But for the moment, because this is industrial spot welding, I'm just going to leave them in and try to measure them afterwards. I'm going to clean up a little bit here because there seems to be some dirt. So, and also, sometimes, oil and grease gets in here. This one actually looks very clean, but if I can manage to lift the voltage and make them work, I'm going to also sandpaper a little bit the contacts in between just to make sure there's no dirt or grease or anything. The problem that these two are so bad could be also related to the board. So I don't know right now until I charge these things. Hang tight. Okay, so I rigged these two batteries plus to the plus of the charger, minus to the minus of the charger. I'm using this big crocodile so that I can grab onto the contacts of this charger. This is a USB charger and it has a very short wire, so I plugged it into a USB extender that's plugged in the power supply. I just turned it on a little bit and the charge immediately jumped to over 90, so I'm gonna turn it on again and see what it does. If you see, it's raising very fast. 1.3. So maybe there's a good chance this set just wasn't charged for some reason. In the meantime, while I wait for this charger to do its thing, I washed, sorry, I don't want to make you dizzy. I washed the case inside and outside, and it cleaned up fairly nicely. It's pretty spotless. I'm wiping it a little bit right now, but look, pretty clean. Now this part, the top part, I'm gonna, after I wipe it a little bit, I'm gonna take it apart completely because it has that press button. There's no electronic inside, but I don't want water to get left in there and, you know, touch the electronics at some point. So I have to take it apart and make sure it's fully clean. But I mean, this battery has been used a lot, obviously. It's a 5 amp battery. Normally Milwaukee writes a date code on it. I don't see any date code on this one, so I don't know how old it is. But, you know, even this top part cleaned up very nice. So if I manage to recover this battery, actually it's gonna be very, very nice. So the charge has grown to 2.19, 20, and keeps going. This charger shows half an amp charge right now, I guess because I plugged it into the extender. If it wouldn't be in the USB extender, it probably can charge it with a 1 amp. But since it's been so low until it gets to the minimum, I think, is 3.2. Actually, this type of batteries is 2.7 volts, but it's better if it's been so low to charge it with a low current. It's safer. So I'm just gonna be patient and see what it does in the long run. Anyway, I won't keep you on the line. I'll come back when it gets to a higher level. It's been a few good minutes, maybe half an hour, and they reached 3 volts 13. They are getting in the range of good lithium cells. Now, if they fully charge to 4.2 or something like that, I'm gonna have to use the battery because that's the only way to figure out if the card itself is causing the trouble and is depleting the cells, primarily this one's faster than the other ones. So it's gonna be a while until it gets into the 4.2 voltage range. So I'll be back. So after it reached about 3 volts and 75, I put it on a different charger and it's still going. It's 3 volts 91, so I'll leave it for a while, see how it goes. After bringing the voltage for those two bad batteries to the maximum, I plugged it into my impact drill and then plugged it in the charger, and I think the charger fully charged it. Now it's at 4 lights. I'm gonna measure the voltage in a second and let you know, but anyway, let me plug in the impact again. The light comes on, that's a good sign. So overall, success. Measuring with a voltmeter, the voltage 20.4, which is about 4.15 or 4.15 for each group of cells, which is great. Okay, job finished.